really disconnect the Israeli brand from the conflict? And what does it mean if hundreds of thousands of Jews start tweeting about Israel? David Saranga, former consul for media and public affairs at the Israeli consulate in New York, who is on a leave of absence from the MFA and currently a faculty member of the Asper Institute at the IDC, joins us now live in our studio. Thank you, David, for joining us.
Thank you, Andrea. My pleasure.
So, your journey from New York to Herzliya. Tell us about it.
I ended my mission in New York 6 months ago. I was for 4 years the consul for media and public affairs at the Israeli consulate in New York. I was the person who was in charge for the contacts with the national media based in New York. And I can also say that I was the person who was in charge of Israel's image in the United States. And then I decided to do something different. I'm a career diplomat. I joined the foreign ministry 16 years ago. And I decided that I just want to take a leave of absence, but I want to do something different on the one hand, but on the other hand, something that will be connected to my skills, to my experience. So therefore, I joined the Asper Institute, where I teach cyber advocacy at the international school. And I feel that I have the possibility, I have this privilege to convey the message, to bring the knowledge I succeeded to gain in the recent years to the students, and to try and to bring this amazing world of social media to the next generation. This is something that I'm really thrilled.
Well, speaking about social media, how are we able to get the tens of thousands of Israelis and Jews abroad together for cyber advocacy for Israel? How can we recruit these people?
The first and the most important word is relevant. Be relevant. If Israel or the message coming out from Israel is relevant for different communities, these communities on social media will spread the message. I explain myself. Yes, Jews all over the world are important. Why? Because Israel is relevant for them, so they multiply the message of Israel in social media. But at the same time, there are like-minded people, or people to whom Israel is important, or different things in Israel are relevant for them, whether we are talking about culture, whether we are talking about lifestyle, whether we are talking about science, technology, you name it. If we are relevant, if Israel is relevant for those audiences, they will bring our message to different audiences. And this is a revolution, because in the past, in order to bring a message, we needed a third party, the conventional media, the journalists. Right. Today, we can do it directly to the public opinion.
Many people obviously believe that the world media is very biased against Israel. Do you believe that's true?
I think it's much more complicated. We can find media outlets which are biased. If we want to go to the extreme, let's see what's going on in the Arab world, for example. But at the same time, I think that it's not black and white. I can name several media outlets in the United States which are not biased, which are objective. Sometimes we don't like what we see, and we don't like it as Israelis as well. But I think that it's a generalization to say that the world's media is biased against Israel. It's much more complicated. We have to see different continents, different countries. It's much more complicated.
Definitely. And on a personal note, which area of work do you prefer? Academia, being a lecturer, or diplomacy, living the high life in New York?
I prefer to combine them both.
Okay.
And I think it's possible in the era we live in. I think it's possible to be a diplomat and at the same time to be a professor. So, answering your questions, I like.
You prefer them both, but aren't we all diplomats in our own way?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, David. It's been a pleasure.
My pleasure, Andrea.
Thank you.